Hey everyone, it's Amy, and I have for you today the Light Elegance Winter Collection of 2022. So this winter collection is called Wish You Were Here, and it is winter 2022. I am pretty excited for this collection. I loved all the promos that they were doing. It's all like vintage love letter type vibes. And yes, I'm doing a winter collection swatch review, and yes, I do have on Halloween nails. It is November 1st. I just got back from a trip, and this just arrived at my doorstep and I had to film it, so just bear with me. I know I have Halloween nails, but hey, I'm not ready to let go of Halloween quite yet. But I do have in both the color and the glitter collections, so let's go ahead and get started with swatches of the colors. Now I've seen the previews online, the post that Ellie has done, but that's about it. I haven't seen any videos or in-depth swatches of this, so this is really going to be my first review. So in no particular order, we're going to go ahead and start off with Pen Pals. So here is what Pen Pals looks like. And this one's a really pretty, like, taupey brown shade. It's definitely on the cool tone. It's not a warm shade of brown. This is a really nice, like, wintry brown. Next up is Lipstick and Letters. Here is what Lipstick and Letters looks like. This is kind of like a berry red. It's definitely more on the pink side. It's not super bright, but it's not super dark either. Next we have Flannel for One. Here is what Flannel for One looks like. This is a nude, like a pinky nude. Again, on the cooler side. I think we've seen something like this from Light Elegance before, so as soon as I'm done swatching all of the colors, I'll go ahead and do comparisons for all of the colors. Next up is Missing You Madly. Here is what Missing You Madly looks like. It's this beautiful dark plum shade. I'm really loving this one. But you guys know I love the purples. Next up is Heartbreak. Here is what Heartbreak looks like. This is your traditional cherry red color. Definitely a little bit on the brighter side. This will make a really nice Christmas red. Although I definitely want to compare some of the reds. Because, you know, Light Elegance does tend to set out a lot of reds, especially in their winter collections. And last up from the colors, Worth Waiting For. Here is what Worth Waiting For looks like. And this is a pretty dark teal. I don't think we've seen anything like this from Light Elegance before. It is really pretty. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do some comparisons before we move over to the glitters. Worth Waiting For, I don't think we have seen anything like this from Light Elegance before. I did pull Don't Be Chai, which is another like deeper teal shade, but they're not gonna be comparable whatsoever. But just in case you have this one, these two would actually pair really nicely together, but definitely a lot darker. Okay, I want to compare Flannel for One to Easy Breezy, which I thought were going to be pretty familiar, but now looking at the lids, maybe they're not. Let's check it out. Ooh, so Flannel for One is definitely more pinky, and Easy Breezy is more on the nude side. Wow, those are more different than I was expecting them to be. All right, I want to compare Missing You Madly to Meandering in Moscow. Again, I don't think these are going to be comparable, but I thought I'd share some of the purples. Meandering in Moscow is one of my hands down favorite purples, and it is quite a bit deeper. It is that almost off black shade. Super, super deep purple. So this one's quite a bit lighter, and this one has almost some pink to it. Next, I want to compare Pen Pals to Road to Zanzibar. This was in the recent fall collection. It is going to be lighter, but just because it was just released as like a taupey shade, I want to compare them. So Pen Pals is definitely more on the cooler side and quite a few shades darker. Okay, now let's get into the reds. So for Heartbreak, I pulled Unruly Red and Charming Cherry. So here is Heartbreak, here in the middle. Here's Unruly Red, which was from last year's winter collection. I would say Heartbreak is just the teeniest bit brighter, but they're pretty similar. Here is Charming Cherry. This one's quite a bit lighter, definitely more of like a summery type of red. But Unruly Red and Heartbreak are so close. Like, to most people, they're gonna look exactly the same. To me, I could see this one's a smidgen brighter, but it's not by much. And like I said, this one was just in last year's fall collection. Oh, I'm sorry, winter collection. And then for lipstick and letters, I did pull Jester and Holy Habanero. So here's lipstick and love letters in the middle. Again, it's not like pinky red. Here is Jester, which does need a bit of a stir. But those are pretty close. Here's Holy Habanero, which is a little bit lighter, a little bit more on the pink side. But between the three of these, we definitely did not need another one. All right, moving on to the glitters, again in no particular order. This one is Can't Wait to Cuddle. Here is what Can't Wait to Cuddle looks like. It is very shiny. Very shiny, very shimmery. I feel like you can see it better in the container. It's like this off silver on the purpley side, super fine glitter, and then also has some holographic just scattered in there, but it is super shiny, super reflective. This one's really pretty. Next one is Long Distance Love. Here is what Long Distance Love looks like. This runs like a red and a pink mix with a little bit of silver thrown into it. Again, super shiny, really reflective. This one would make a really pretty Christmas red. It's not like a true like bright Christmas, but I think this one will pair really nicely to do Christmas nails. Next is called Just a Few More Sleeps. Here is what Just a Few More Sleeps looks like. This one is super gorgeous as well. It's like this minty, super light teal sprinkled with silver. This one again is super shiny, super reflective. Next up, we have Leave the Light On. Here is what Leave the Light On looks like. This is a good basic silver glitter, super fine, super compact, again, super shiny and reflective. Next is Anxiously Awaiting. Here is what Anxiously Awaiting looks like. This one's a pretty unique glitter. It's like a rose gold glitter with a magenta glitter thrown in the mix. And it sounds like an odd combination, but it kind of just swirls together so nicely that it just blends really well while still giving it that pop and something a little bit more unique. And the final one from the glitters is called Sincerely Yours. Here's what Sincerely Yours looks like. This one is like a white gold almost. It's almost that white kind of a color. I think we've seen similar ones from Light Elegance, so I'd be curious to compare this one. Okay, time to do some comparisons. So for Leave on the Light, this one is that super fine, compact silver glitter. I don't have anything to compare to this. Everything else that I have that is silver is either a lot chunkier or a lot more on the gray side. Nothing really compares to this one. Moving on to Sincerely Yours, which was almost that like white gold. I did pull Oops-a-Daisy, which I think are going to be similar. So Sincerely Yours is a little bit more on the gold side, and Oops-a-Daisy is a little bit more on the silver side. But I wouldn't say that you necessarily have to have both options. But that's just my personal opinion. Next up, I have Can't Wait to Cuddle. Again, I don't really have anything to compare to it, but I did pull Pears and Pastries from Spring Collection just to show you. This one's definitely a sugar plum fairy type of a color is what it reminds me of, is like sugar plum fairy. This one is more of a silver with an iridescent blue finish to it. Next is Just a Few More Sleeps. Again, I don't really have anything to compare to this one. I did pull Meet Me by the Blueberries just to show you, but it does not compare whatsoever. Moving on to the pinks, we have Anxiously Awaiting, which was that like rose gold mixed with magenta. So I pulled two. I don't think they're really going to be super comparable. This one's Restful Rose, more of a rose gold type. Definitely a lot brighter than that. This one's Drivin' Ginger, which is on the darker side of a rose gold. Again, doesn't really compare to that either. This one's definitely, it's a mix of different colors. Like I feel like I've seen the colors before, but we have not seen them all combined like this. And then same thing with Long Distance Love. I feel like we've seen like similar ones, but I can't really find anything to really compare it to. This one's Indian Summer. This one's definitely more on the copper side. This is more on the pink. This is Safari Sweetheart from recent fall collection. This is definitely more purple. And this one's more pink toned. I did think of one more to pull, Eat, Drink, and Rosemary is more of like a magenta pink, but again, not too similar. Okay, actually found one more to compare to Sincerely Yours. I had already compared it to Oops-a-Daisy, which is definitely more silver. This one's Adventure Awaits. This is from the recent fall collection. Adventure Awaits is definitely more chunky. This is more on the fine side. Tone-wise, they're pretty similar. This one definitely has a little bit more color to it, but coming out in collections back to back, don't think we needed both. All right, so here is what the winter collection looks like. It definitely looks like a winter collection, that is for sure. I also really like the theme that they did, creating this kind of like vintage, heartfelt letters type of vibe, and they definitely did that with these colors. Now, I know for winter collections, people tend to expect more Christmassy colors, and they did a more Christmassy colored winter collection last year, so it does not surprise me that they did not do that this year. They tend to do more of just like winter colors versus Christmas colors. So if you're looking for good Christmas colors, definitely look at last year's winter collection. I'll go ahead and leave my swatch video up for that one. It has your brighter golds and silvers, holiday colors, green, red, and some more like fun, like New Year's type colors. This one is definitely more toned down, romantic, warm type of winter colors. I think this collection is stunning. All of these glitters are super pretty. They are all super fine, super reflective, very shiny. And then all of the color gels are all cream based. They're that nice cream based formula from Light Elegance that we all love. Sometimes they like to throw in the metallics, and sometimes I like those, and sometimes I don't. I definitely prefer their cream finishes. I personally feel like there's more that you can do with the cream finishes, but to each their own. Now, I do have to say, we did not need to see these reds. Both of these reds, we have seen something very similar before. Now, if you are new to getting into colors and you don't have that many reds, then definitely I would say pick up these reds. They're going to be good staples. But if you have reds in your collection, especially if you collect Light Elegance, you're not necessarily going to want the two reds. Same with flannel for one. I don't think this was overly necessary, even though it didn't quite compare to Easy Breezy. I feel like if you have Easy Breezy, you're not necessarily going to need flannel for one. Just kind of depends. Now, I love the teal, Worth Waiting For. We don't have anything like that. Missing You Madly, again, don't have anything like that, as well as Pen Pals. Those three we don't have anything like. And then the glitters, we don't really have anything similar besides Sincerely Yours. Everything else is pretty unique. I would say pick up the glitter collection for sure. Color collection, I would pick up the ones you want. Unless you are starting kind of fresh, then I would say pick up the whole collection. But overall, I am in love with this collection. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I had only seen the post that Light Elegance did. I did not watch any swatch videos. Definitely the glitters, hands down. These are going to be some really nice snowflake type of glitters, especially these first three right here. Can't wait to cuddle. I'm super excited to do some sort of sugar plum fairy nails with those. Now, I'm not ready for Christmas nails, but I know it is just around the corner, and once we get there, I'll be excited, but I'm gonna hold off for now. Just a Few More Sleeps is really stunning. It would pair really nicely with Worth Waiting For. And that's the other thing about this collection, is a lot of these you can mix and match. The whole collection really flows with each other. You can really use a lot of the colors and glitters with each other. So you guys will have to let me know down below, what are your thoughts on this collection? What are you picking up? What was your favorite color gel? What was your favorite glitter gel from this collection? Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy seeing my swatch videos. I do have one more question for you guys. I've been thinking about the P Plus polishes. Do any of you guys pick up the polishes versus the potted gels? If so, why? I would like to know. I'm curious. I thought about getting the P Plus collection this time instead of the potted gels, but I already have the whole Light Elegance line in potted gels, so I don't know, but I kind of wanted to try them out. So you guys will have to let me know if you have them, or if you don't, why. But thank you guys so much for watching this video, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.